getting ready to, out of
Chilling.
respect for our good friend Clay Trainum, I'm going to crack open a non-alcoholic beer.
Oh, I don't have any alcohol. I do have a
Absolutely none in the entire house.
I do have a only ice cup of Wingstop
Look at this thing.
ice left. Oh, very nice. Wait, is that so? Wait, I thought you meant you were drinking something non-alcoholic. That's a
No,
non-alcoholic beer,
it is a full-on non-alcoholic beer from
dude.
Southern Grist.
I don't know. Maybe I haven't had the right non-alcoholic beer. My only like interaction with non-alcoholic beer was the Heineken, the 00 Heineken.
Oh yeah, no.
Awful. It just tastes like something went terribly wrong with a Heineken. Like it tastes like you
Which,
gave me
I
a
mean,
Heineken and poisoned me.
a Heineken tastes like something went terribly wrong with a Heineken.
Yeah.
But this is Southern Grist, passion fruit, and raspberry sour. And they do weird shit over there, and they do it well. So I'm excited.
I'm good. I am a big fan of any sours. That's kind of my go-to when it comes to like fancy beer, you know? Like if I'm at like a brewery or something.
It's delightful.
One of my clients for work, Wonderlinger, brewery out of Chattanooga, has one called a Blackberry Hug. That is, it's a blackberry sour. So damn good.
That is
good,
after
dude.
my heart. Blackberry is my preferred flavor of everything.
Hella good. I think I have some left over at home. I'll bring you some. Cool. Well, before we get into soccer stuff, just some housekeeping here. One, Travis hates friends. So you know, as you can see in the bottom corner of the screen, we have the Butter Slug himself, here in spirit, and we'll be back eventually. I don't know. Two, we are retooling Has Been just a little bit. I'm not going to give everything away, but I'll give most of it, I guess. We're doing some rebranding. We are kind of changing how we do things. Obviously, still sports. We'll still do the sound check, cover the Titans, Preds, whatever. But we want to make sure we're not kind of pinned in by just sports, right? We want to do just other fun, goofy shit outside of that. So for the first thing in this process is we launched a new podcast called Quality Content. You can find it in the description of this episode on your favorite podcast app. You can go to the Has Been Sports Twitter. You can go to the National Soundcheck Twitter. You can find it there, right? Outside of that, there'll be a lot of changes coming up that we've worked relatively hard on, and we're going to give you more content with more people than me and John. Me and John have done a lot. Travis has done some when he's not being a buttery slug.
The worst kind of slug.
Yeah, but we're gonna get some more content for you guys. So definitely check out Quality Content, and yeah, I guess let's dive into some soccer.
Do an initial chat react. Do you think our eventual DP9 will hate friends more or less than Travis?
Significantly less. I feel like our eventual designated player 9 will love us more than any other Travis ever has.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say every day that goes on without an announcement, I think the DP9 is a myth.
Is a myth.
Never gonna happen.
There's no way something doesn't happen. They're gonna make a signing. It just, are we gonna be disappointed or not? You know?
Yes. The answer will be yes.
I'm gonna come out of this thinking one of two things. Either I'm deeply disappointed, or I am impressed at how well our scouting department keeps shit under wraps.
I'm firmly entrenched in disappointed, and I have a lot of reasons.
Oh, lay it on me.
I heard recently our scouting department is one person.
Okay.
We have one scout.
Okay.
No, that's horrible. That's horrifying. That's like having an analytics department that is like one person on Twitter.
Well, this one guy found Hani, so you know.
It could be a different guy. They could have turnover. If your scout is responsible for Jonder, who did not achieve to his potential, Ake, who did not achieve to his potential, David Akam, all these other like Lolly, these higher profile busts, that scout's gone.
Yeah.
So, scouting department, largely underwhelming. All they do is they know people in the league.
Yeah.
That's it. HANY has been the best acquisition because he's the best player in the league, but every other player who has made a consistent, sizable impact has been in MLS.
You know what? Results are results. I will take where we're at now, and just we need to fucking hit on one of these. Another one of these European players. We need to, or South American, or wherever the hell they end up coming from. We need to hit on somebody. And now is the time. We're tied for second place in the league currently, I think, with St. Louis. There's no better time to swing for the fences, and the fact that we're hearing nothing is terrifying.
It's infuriating.
Yeah.
The fact that the only transfer rumor we have to deal with is what if HANY is sold to Qatar?
Which won't happen.
It would nuke the team. I got in that argument in the NSC Discord earlier.
Yeah.
Selling HANY nukes the team. There's no two ways about that.
Okay. I don't think it nukes the team. I think it makes us playoff line team.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I think it makes us playoff line team.
He's contributed to like 65% of goals.
No, I know.
He got here.
I know. But I would have. We're not even going to entertain this because it's not happening.
He's not leaving.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
I've seen being an NSC fan, obviously seeing that, I wasn't stoked. But after 30 seconds of panic and thinking about it, I would be worried if teams weren't interested. There's been rumors literally for the past 3 years that big name teams are making offers or interested in making offers. I think he was connected at one point to Galatasaray last year. There was a bunch of rumors flying around about that, and Nashville has no reason to transfer him. Like you said, I don't think it would nuke the team, but it would definitely destroy our season. It would destroy the current build of the team. And based off of everything said and everything HANY does, he has no intentions on leaving Nashville.
I completely agree.
Someone
also in the Discord said the team got back late from Chicago, or they got back from Chicago late Saturday, maybe even into early Sunday, depending on how you qualify time. And he was at his academy Sunday morning, like hyping up kids and coaching, whatever an athlete does at their academy. He was there doing it.
Yeah.
And he was taking time and he was deliberate. He was investing in those kids.
The guy is so invested in being in Nashville. He married someone who lives in Nashville, right? He married an American. He's
on the field. Married on the field.
The field. He is attached to this club in every single way other than him running the concession stands.
HANY, lower our prices, please.
Please. Of course teams are going to throw money at him. And if I'm HANY, what I'm doing is taking whatever offer Nashville's getting and he's getting and going, hey, I make $3.2 million, bump that up.
Yeah.
If I'm HANY's agent, I am using this as leverage of like, give us higher pay, right? Which I guess leads me to my question for chat and for you and for everyone listening. What do you think is a reasonable pay, not transfer fee, a reasonable like yearly pay for HANY? It's currently 3.2 million is what he's making currently. What do you think he deserves to make? Because it's more than that.
What do I think he deserves to make, or what do I think he like?
What is his market value? Worth? What should he be making each year? And you can even go as far as saying what's your low ball and what's your high ball.
I think player salaries are always talked about in Europe in terms of like their per week, and you see he's on however much per week, and I mean I think 100,000 per week it'd be 5.2.
Yeah,
that doesn't break the bank.
Yeah,
it is a sizable sum. We have no state income tax. I feel like that's a nice one.
Huge deal. And Leo Messi aside, the highest current salary in the league is 8.4.
It's Insigne, right?
I think.
I know one of the Toronto players.
I know
it's either Insigne or
it's
Bernadeschi.
8.4, 8.5 is the highest in the league, not counting whatever the hell is going on with Messi, right?
Yeah.
Does HANY deserve to be above that? I think my personal highball for HANY yearly contract wise is like $9 million. I said it on Twitter earlier. You cannot tell me that HANY by himself does not make this team $9 million in a year.
Yeah.
Whether that be from, ticket sales, jersey sales, relevance, whatever, I would be okay with 9 million, but realistically, put him in like the 7 to 8 range, at least double his current pay, because the dude fucking deserves it.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. But it's also not my money, so
yeah. Drusi is at about
a problem with it.
Drusi is around that 6 million range, which is
he really?
Yeah, well, he just got a pay bump this year.
Going great for him,
and he definitely deserves to be paid more than that. I think there's no reason why HANY should not be paid the most in the league, right? You have a guy that's invested in your city. You have a guy that is in his prime, who is the best player in the league, on pace to be one of the best players of all time in the league, and you're not giving him top pay, right?
Yeah. I tell you what though, Brian, I would keep whatever this is up my sleeve. Just say, this is the offer that we got. This is the salary offer that we got.
Yeah.
And I would revisit it after the season, because if he gets back on that early season pace, I know he's slowed down recently, but I mean, hasn't the entire team?
Yeah.
If he gets back on that early season pace,
the entire league really has, honestly. Like, Cincinnati's been slipping up. Like, I feel like a lot of the upper echelon teams have been slipping up lately.
Yeah. But I mean, if he gets back on that pace and he repeats not only as MVP but as Golden Boot winner, no one in league history has repeated MVP. No. Someone's probably repeated Golden Boot, because I mean, it's MLS.
I think No. I think on the broadcast they said no one's done back-to-back MVPs, and only one person has won it twice, and no one's done back-to-back Golden Boots.
Golden Boots.
Now, what I will say is we here at Nashville Soundcheck have also put in an offer for HANY Mukhtar to join our team. We put in a total of $23, a VHS copy of the Disney Channel original movie Brink, 7 Airheads, and a slightly used MacBook. Now, just for clarification, those Airheads are 4 mystery flavor, 2 cherry, and 1 orange.
No blue?
No,
Brian, that's why we're not going to get him.
Hey, John, fuckface, we got to negotiate here. We go in low, and they're like, what about the blue? John, idiot, I have the blue. You blew it. I'm not the negotiator. I thought we were going with our best offer first.
Jeez, dude. I work in banking. I worked in the mortgage. You go with your best offer first. To get the house.
This is a whole song and dance, and now it's never gonna happen. Now we just have Travis. Do I look like I
sing or dance?
We just have Travis now, and we don't.
It's true. We don't even have Travis. He said he would be here, and he's not.
Yeah. Well, he's here in spirit. His little butter slugs at the bottom of the Twitch screen right now. But yeah, no, like I obviously, as a fan of this team and a fan of HANY, I don't want him to go. I don't think he will go. It's at this point, it's up to the team if he goes or not, right? And Nashville, there's no way they're gonna take the bait on this, and even if they did, I don't think HANY wants to leave. So we're safe. This has happened before. Everyone pump the brakes. It's fine. It just kind of sucks that under every Nashville SC tweet for the past 2 weeks, we've been asking for transfer news, and this is the transfer news we get.
Yeah. I blame Travis.
Hate it. It's Travis's fault. Entirely.
Is this what you all do on shows that I'm not here?
That hasn't happened.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, if you're not here, Travis usually also is not here. And then the only transfer news we got was literally right before this, like an hour and a half ago. We signed a center back, not we being Huntsville, signed a 19-year-old center back from Haiti?
Violette. Yeah.
Haiti, yeah. The team
they beat Austin.
Yeah, the team that knocked Austin out of the Champions League. Not a bad get. I mean, obviously unproven other than beating Austin. So if we ever play Austin, call them up.
Put him at forward.
Yeah, put him at forward. Put him at striker. It's fine. So untested, obviously, but I like seeing that they are going after youth and players that can turn into something rather quickly. Who knows? I have nothing else to base my opinion off of. I hope it goes well.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at. I still haven't had a chance to get down to Huntsville for a game, and I feel like at this point I'm going to regret it. So sometime later this summer, I have days off from work I'm not going to use. Like, I should just take one of them.
Yeah.
I should do that. So
no, absolutely.
Try to get a group together.
Absolutely, you should. Speaking of groups traveling, I am so bummed out that I'm not bummed out. I'm happy that the away lot of tickets for the Cincinnati game sold out so quickly. I was waiting for this past paycheck to get them, and it sold out before that. And everything on StubHub now is like $100, because the game sold out, and everything's like $100. And I was so stoked to go, but I am. If you can afford that and you can go, I still encourage you to get those tickets and go to that game, because it will be a huge deal. It's essentially a playoff. We've kind of kept close in the standings to them. I think we're 6 points behind now.
7, I think.
7. If we win this game, it's essentially a 6-point swing where they've lost and we won, right? Could be huge near the end of the year. And will be a great atmosphere, because let's face it, Cincinnati fans, especially when they're doing well, have a decent atmosphere. And then we'll have a shit ton of NSC fans there, which, when you have those combative back and forth atmospheres, it's always really fun to be in. So
yeah, absolutely.
I'm stoked for everyone that gets to go. I know there's a couple bus trips from supporter groups going out there. I would 100% recommend anybody that can afford to go this weekend, absolutely go. John?
Sorry.
Did you space out?
DMing somebody.
It goes down in the DMs.
It does. It really does. I conceded a couple of months ago that I was not going to Cincy. I went last year. It was a great trip. Very, very fun memories generated on the bus. And I'm excited to watch this. That's not true. That is not rule 1 or rule 2 of roadies trips.
Rule Brian. 1 of the bus is don't shit on the bus.
No, that's rule number 2.
I said rule 1 of the bus, not rule 1 of the roadies.
No, it's still it's.
I guess number 2 is funnier. So yeah.
Yeah. Rule number 1 is always don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Yes. Yeah.
And then rule number 2 is no number 2.
Yeah. There is a bathroom on the bus. Don't shit on the bus. We got to carry that with us there and back. It'd be a real Titanic submarine down there if you shit on the bus.
Stop.
I'm never letting it go. I'd never.
Is that a second Titanic reference?
No, it was on. It was completely on accident.
Level.
It was completely on accident, but I'll take it. I'll take it.
That was rude.
Oh shit! So should we talk about this last game? I don't want to.
I mean, we can. It's fine.
It was a choice that I kind of understand, but a choice to sit HANY in the first half.
It is a choice that in that situation I would want Gary to make again.
Yeah.
Philly is a bigger game. Cincinnati is a bigger game.
Those two games are huge.
Philly without Andre Blake is mid. I'll say it.
And in theory, we should have easily handled that game.
In theory.
And in theory, we kind of almost did. Because the one goal, again, every time we have one of these podcasts and we've lost or a bad draw or whatever, it always comes down to a singular mistake. The clear by Mayer was bad. It went straight to a Chicago player, and you were left with who ran back? I think it was Dax ran back and was basically playing center back in just an unnatural position, not what he's used to doing. Like everyone was scrambling to stop this, and they didn't. And outside of that was the really only threatening chance they had.
Yeah.
That's not saying we were threatening.
we had one goal that should have counted. Jack's phantom foul in the box. I see that one called back more often than not, but HANY getting just punted on his rebound and that not even going to VAR blows my mind.
The Jack no call or no goal call, whatever. I think was soft, but it's one of those calls that like, fine, whatever. Like when I saw the replay, I'm like, I get why they called it, right?
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily agree with it, but it's like that's part of the game. That's called all of the time. I understood that. The HANY getting just absolutely just destroyed in the box. It made no sense to me why that was not called something. And it's insane to me how these games can continue how HANY can continue to get just murked blasted in these games, just destroyed. And stuff is not called. It's called sometimes, but not as often as it should, you know?
Yeah. Well, and part of it has got to be reputation. I mean, he's been fined for simulation already this year. So he gets fouled all the time, and a referee can't call all of them. Otherwise, the game would never flow. He gets fouled. It's like Hack-a-Shack, except with an actual like HANY would make his free throws.
Yeah.
To complete the metaphor.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what we're looking at. And I have my own thoughts about the commentary team. I've not liked the way Apple has done broadcast since they've had MLS rights. But I think the color commentator was worlds better in the second half.
Yeah.
A lot of, hey, you know, this is how that happened. And then she would see a second angle and she was like, that's not how that happened. So she would walk, but like she would get more information.
I will
and she
say,
would change her mind.
The one thing,
that's what adults do.
The one thing with her that was annoying me the entire game was she kept calling Jack McNaughton the entire game. I don't know if you noticed that.
Every broadcast team does it. On the Red Bulls goal this week, I think they only scored the one. Frankie Amaya scored on a header, and the commentary team called him Omir Fernandez.
Yeah.
Because with each team not having designated broadcast crews,
it's hard.
Every commentator has to know every player on every team by sight. And that's impossible. And it happens genuinely in every game. So is there a way that Apple could ever get back to each team has a designated broadcast? No, because then they would have to pay twice as many broadcasters.
Yeah.
But it's a learning curve. I don't know that anyone expected. And for MLS sickos like me, it is upsetting.
It's upsetting only in the sense of like last year, I love the personalization of like these two guys follow this team week in, week out, know the little stories here and there, and can like really dig into the nitty gritty of it. I think I don't mind them moving to having different announcers for different games and, you know, shuffling them around or whatever. It's what a lot of other leagues do, right? It's going to take time, and there's going to be those mistakes, obviously. It annoyed me because it wasn't like one mistake on calling him McNaughton. It was like 4 or 5 times.
Consistent.
Which again, it's not a big deal. She did a fine job, but annoying. And then H-Man in chat mentioned her saying it hit his chest or whatever. She did then immediately correct herself when it switched to the angle, like the front of him, and he stuck out his arm. She did correct herself and say, "Okay, that was his arm."
And that's a tricky one too, because the handball rule is so murky now.
Yeah.
Like, part of the arm is allowed, but part of it isn't. What part of the arm did it hit? Like, handball calls now are a nightmare. It used to just be, it hit his arm, it's a handball. And now it's like, what was the trajectory of the sun in relation to like 4 stars that you can only see from New Zealand? Like, it's absurd.
Yeah. But yeah, that was basic. Really, like I said, the game boiled down to one mistake. If that mistake wasn't made, it probably was going to be a draw, but there was multiple chances where we could have scored. There was the HANY, banging it off the post. There was a couple Leal shots that were beautiful, but just lifted a little too much. There was the Hawkinson, I think, shot that went just wide. It was right after the HANY post. There was chances for Nashville to steal a win there. My problem is that shouldn't be a steal a win game. That should have been 3-1. We're done. Let's go home.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I think Gary talked about this in his post game. Like, Soldier Field sucks. It's a trash playing surface.
It is a awful place to play.
So, I don't know.
You know what? H-Man pointed it out in chat. So Leal domed that dude with the ball, right?
Yeah, clocked him.
What was wild to me was, like, the ref came over, the trainers came over, they checked him out, whatever. Then 15 minutes pass, and then they decide to bring on the, like, independent third party concussion protocol medics. Why did they? It was annoying because it was at the very end of the game and we were chasing the game, right? But that's not what upsets me. That's annoying, but that's not what upsets me. What upsets me is this player was very clearly fucking destroyed by a ball on the side of the head. And if you watched him get up, he got up pretty slow and he was kind of wobbly. Why was that not an immediate check? It's
because the
2 minutes.
The initial concussion check is, hey, are you good? Yeah, bro, I'm good. Trust me, I'll be okay. There's still that stigma of, like, no, I have to play. I have to be tough. And, like, you don't have to.
No.
The rules make it so you have to. If there was a thought, oh gosh, it was probably Twellman. He's, gonna be more towards safety with concussions more than most people because that's part of what ended his career. I think he said something like, if you could have a substitute for while they're doing concussion testing, so you could have that extended test and you would be able to tell, oh, this guy's not gonna be able to finish, use a concussion window. That would, in a perfect world, that happens. We don't live in a perfect world, and concussion subs don't really. Do they still exist in MLS?
Yeah, yes, it's a thing. Cool. They were mentioning it during the broadcast.
Okay,
it's like I said, the taking up time from the game near the end. That's annoying. But what's the most important part is the players' safety, and it's baffling to me that they didn't take the time when it happened. Like, I don't know. If it's enough of a collision for any trainer to have to come check on the player, do the damn concussion protocol. Then stop the game. Then
I agree.
It's nuts.
J Mark in chat saying worst ball to the head, the Chicago player or that U.S. Canada assistant referee.
Didn't he break his nose?
It's the referee, 100%.
I didn't watch the game.
Randall was putting the ball in with, like, an amount of finesse.
Yeah.
There was power to it, sure. It was a cross from out wide. But Kamal Miller is full force clearing this ball from 5 feet away from this guy's face. Like, imagine just, like, standing over an NFL punter and they just blasted it into your nose. Because that's essentially what happened.
Yeah.
that dude was out before he hit the ground. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like, lights on, nobody's home.
Yeah. I did not watch the game, but I saw the clip afterwards, and that
it was wild, dude.
Insane. I need to find a way to watch these U.S. Gold Cup games because I just have Apple TV and YouTube. I don't have YouTube TV. I just YouTube, Apple TV.
I was about to say YouTube TV is how I watched it.
I just don't want to pay for another cable package, man. I got too many subscriptions as it is.
Is one of those subscriptions to a twitch.tv/hasbeengames?
Ooh, if not, it should be. Please subscribe. Yeah, it helps us.
Was that subtle enough?
That was subtle enough. It helps us, make these podcasts for you guys. Dude, Schaffelberg clowning Miazga was beautiful, and let's hope he does that again Saturday.
Except not Miazga. We need the U.S. to beat Panama.
Oh, true. Okay, never mind. Let's hope he does it to Miazga's teammates Saturday. How about that?
Yes. Below replacement level. They're Cincinnati's Miazga replacement, the guy who's been playing since Miazga's been with the U.S., has not been good.
Good.
I don't even know his name.
Destroy him.
I know the names of most players in most starting lineups in the league. I have no idea who this guy is.
Destroy him.
Hard Baja Blast punch time. I still have 2. I'm very excited about them. They're in this fridge right down here.
Oh boy. Yeah, I don't have much else to say about that game. I'm
excited it's over.
Yeah, I'm glad it's done. And now we get to play Philly and Cincinnati. So let's, I guess, preview those and then
we
cut
get to
this thing off, man.
Is it hyperbole to say this is the most important regular season week in Nashville SC's MLS history?
History?
Second in the league.
Yeah, I guess.
Going up against a close rival and number 1 in the league.
Yeah.
Both of these are important, like 6-point games.
Where's Philly at?
In the table?
Yeah.
I don't actually know.
They're in the top 5, right?
League table or East?
Either.
Conference standings. Philadelphia is 6th at 34 points with a game in hand on Nashville. Supporters Shield standings. Nashville is 3rd behind St. Louis and Cincinnati.
Are we 3rd behind St. Louis, or are we tied for 2nd with St. Louis and they beat us on some sort of tiebreaker?
They beat us in points they beat us in points per game.
Okay.
They've played 1 less game.
Okay. That's fine. Look, if this team is going to just continue how they have been, they need to win. They need to win this game Saturday Wednesday at home. Wednesday is absolutely a must win. Saturday is, please, for the love of God, get a result. If you get a win, you are in a great spot to chase the supporter shield. You are in a fantastic spot with a mythological maybe signing coming in. You could not be in a better spot.
I still don't believe it. I don't believe we're going to sign a 9 until it happens. I've lost faith in the front office.
Sorry.
That's where I'm at in my fandom.
I had to put dogs in kennels. They started fighting and wouldn't shut up. As
long as you got them off your bed.
I just put Marley in the kennel. Paco's still in the bed. There he goes. Kennel, go. Good boy.
Let's say Paco loves the bed.
Paco loves to piss on the bed. Big piss boy.
I'm gonna let that one sit.
Okay, score prediction for Wednesday. What you feeling? How's this game go?
How do I think it goes? Philly's front 3 is still incredibly dangerous. Carranza running around, putting as a high pressure forward. Ura and Gazdag also putting in work. I think it's...
Can Paco play the 9? Vamos, there's nothing in the rule book that says a dog can't play. If Airbud has taught me anything...
I've seen that movie, yeah.
Yeah, if Airbud has taught me anything, there's nothing in the rule book that a dog cannot play.
How do you defend a dog? Cheese.
Yeah. Yeah, if the other team runs a 4-4-1 cheese,
for one.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
Oh man,
he will be. Paco will be wildly out of position. Very focused on the cheese.
Gary won't stand for that. He'll sub him out.
Yeah, no, you can't have that.
Man.
Yeah, maybe we don't have a dog because there's always they can just sub in cheese and we're done for.
We're done.
That's a good point.
Although, if the other team subs in cheese and the dog eats the cheese, is that like player on player crime?
I think that's a red card. That is violent conduct.
Devouring another player.
Yeah.
I think that qualifies as.
If Luis Suarez taught me anything, trying to eat another player is a cardable offense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Defenders cover their spikes in peanut butter. There are increasing holes to this, Brian. I don't think we could have an air mode
we can
situation.
turn this on its head, right?
Cover the ball in peanut butter?
Yes. You won't be able to get the ball from him.
The ball is also a tennis ball.
Somebody call Gary immediately. I have a proposition for him. I would also like $3.2 million. I'm sorry. I mean, Paco would like $3.2 million. Wink,
that's
wink.
That's like $21 million
in dog years. God, I fucking hate this. Get that one scout on the phone. Okay, back to the game. There's no dogs. There's no dogs in this game. What's the vibe?
Do we have X dog? Do we have?
Well, of course, we have that.
Okay, of course. I feel like this is my common prediction. I'm saying Nashville 3-1.
It feels good.
Nashville scores, Philly answers. Nashville scores, Nashville scores.
At home vibes have been great lately, right? We now have Schaffelberg back, who didn't play a whole lot, so he should be healthy enough to start or sub in his normal second half 40.
I think
30
that's what
minutes. He is. You have Hani Mukhtar, who will start this game and will start Saturday.
He damn well better.
You have Fafa, who's back, got one game under his belt. You have a Randall Leal, who I think was probably the best performing player, in my opinion, in this last game, even though, we didn't get much out of it. Randall Leal's cooking. He is back in full swing.
That's true. Walker will be back from his suspension. We may have a dog at the 9. Who knows? We'll see. Gary, give me a call. I think I agree with you. This game Wednesday feels like it should be a win. It should be the classic 2-1, 3-1 kind of win, where it's just a good time all around. Someone will do something crazy and it will just feel good, right? What I'm worried about is Saturday. I don't know that I'm worried, because Gary's been doing this a long time, and I know he probably hates 2-game weeks. He probably hates 4 games in 2 weeks, which I think is what Nashville's looking at. But he has probably had this week circled on the schedule since the schedule came out.
Yeah.
So if there's a plan for any week of the season, it is this week.
Yeah. Who knows? We could all be surprised. I could publish this podcast and we get a notification that some magical designated player striker has been training with the team for the past week and is ready to go. Who knows? Let me have this.
Sign a player on the last day of the window. He won't be in game shape until September. He won't start until decision day. That's how Nashville SC is.
When does the window close?
It's like August 2nd.
Gross.
Yeah.
Ugh. Gross. Okay, official prediction for the Cincinnati game. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
This feels like one that we will probably lose. but I'm not going to predict that. I'm going to say it's going to be a wild 2-2 draw.
Damn it. That's exactly that's where I was. I said it's 2-2. But it is a feels good 2-2.
Yeah. It'll be
it's not a crushing that could have been 2-1. It is a man, that felt good.
Yeah. I want, you know what I want? I want them to go up 2 goals in the first 10 minutes and then us to score 2 goals in the last 5. Fuck it.
I don't know that I could handle that.
I think I would shit your pants, but
gross.
I don't know. I just it feels like one we may lose and one that we will probably draw.
Another 6-3 win, obviously.
If it's another 6-3
win, I would lose my mind.
I would be so incredibly happy. I'd be so
Joe Willis is just
happy.
giving everybody the finger and no one knows why.
Also, somehow not all-star Joe Willis it's an absolute crime.
I'll tell you exactly why he's not an all-star is because Wayne Rooney picked his player who is below replacement level.
Yeah.
He's bad.
But we also can't ignore that the MLS has left him off of every team of the week sheet all season long.
Yeah.
He has, I mean, obviously we let in a goal on Saturday, but he has the best save percentage in the league. He's has the most clean sheets or almost.
I don't think so anymore.
It was close to it. We've let in the fewest goals in the league.
Pull this back up.
I think. Regardless,
fewest goals in the league, absolutely.
Yeah, we've let in the fewest goals in the league. He has the highest save percentage. Yes, he has a good back line. He is not close. Okay, but he has a good back line in front of him. Sure, but he is outperforming every metric that you would expect him to be at right now at this point in his career. It's baffling to me that he's not on a single team of the week sheet, and it's baffling to me that he's not in the All-Star game. I understand that Wayne Rooney picked his guy, but still.
Yeah. To that point, though, I mean, Joe hasn't been on Team of the Week. I don't think Gary has coached Team of the Week either.
No.
Even in weeks where he has just blown the doors off of people, it's just, a team who was supposed to win won, and Nashville was supposed to win, and they won by more and were more impressive, but we're going to give the credit to this guy who we think deserves it more.
Yeah.
At some level, is consistent excellence not appreciated? Which is rich for me to say, having just said I have no faith in the front office. But from the league, big picture, if you are not HANY Mukhtar or Walker Zimmerman, Nashville gets no respect.
Correct. You're absolutely correct. Because another player that should be up there, not week in and week out, but rather frequently, is Jack Mayer. He has had an insane season, and honestly, if it wasn't for if the big name of Walker Zimmerman wasn't here, it would be his back line. He would be the guy, right? And he would be the guy on almost every other MLS team in the league. Yep. It's just that he has the shadow of Walker standing over him, which I hope morphs him kind of into a second Walker, which it kind of has. I just hope the trajectory is relatively the same, right? And we just have 2 absolute beasts, which we currently do. But I think to his detriment, having 2-time Defensive Player of the Year Walker Zimmerman, USA, star, has put him kind of in the shadows.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not going to fight on that. I've come up with a new name for them, having gone to the Between Two Posts Live, where we got to learn a lot about Jack and Walker and Dan. I guess Dan was also there. They're Chicken Parm Pals.
Chicken Parm Pals. I was not there. Please tell me what this means.
That's their pregame. Every game.
Chicken Parm?
They get Chicken Parm, and they talk about strategy and positioning and game prep.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like chicken parm.
Yeah,
that's pretty rad.
I don't think I could do that before a hot summer day, but for those people who can, live your life.
Yeah. Okay, 2 more things. 2 more things before we close this out. Do we play Miami again this year?
Away in Miami. Yes.
I know it wasn't here. Okay.
Yes.
How delicious would it be if HANY just absolutely cooks Messi and friends?
I mean, cooking Sergio Busquets, not a problem for HANY Mukhtar.
Yeah, no.
Cooking Jordi Alba, like, shouldn't be a problem for HANY Mukhtar.
I don't think, and I can live to regret this. I don't think Miami with Messi and friends and trash bags is still not a playoff team.
I think they're a playoff team.
This year, definitely not a playoff team. Next year, unless they go and add more pieces, they're going to be a good team. But I don't see them being. I see it being Zlatan on LA,
Galaxy,
just with a nicer guy who deserves everything in the world, right?
I mean, he still committed an egregious amount of tax evasion when he was in Spain. But...
tax evasion. Look, eat the rich. It's fine. It's better than what Ronaldo did. It's better than what Ronaldo did.
Yes, who did tax evasion and other things. So yeah. No, you're not gonna have me defending Cristiano Ronaldo. It won't happen.
No.
Miami will be a playoff team this year, if for no other reason than the league needs them to be.
They won't. There's no way they catch up.
Are you familiar with pro referees?
There's a way they catch up, and you just found it.
It's like we've talked for the first half of the season about the MLS script writers giving everything to St. Louis.
Yeah.
Like the second half of the season, do you want to know where all of St. Louis's luck is going to go? South Florida.
Like I think
100%.
I think Miami
every
will
50-50 is theirs.
I think Miami will have a great back half of the season. Obviously, you're adding the former best player in the world, the best player of all time, who just won player of the tournament at the World Cup. Like, they will be good. Don't get me wrong. They'll have a good back half of the season. I don't think they have time to catch up. I don't think they do.
In a normal year, I would agree with you, but like every team gets into the playoffs this year. It's like
I think they have time to catch up.
Teams.
Fuck, you keep proving me wrong. Stop it.
What is it? Standings, conference standings. They're at the bottom of the East.
Yes.
At 18 points.
Yeah.
Their gap to the playoff line is 8 points.
Okay. Shit.
You cannot tell me that over the course of 16 games.
You know what? Yeah, you're right.
Messi can bring them there.
I guess that makes sense mathematically because the top of the East is pretty goddamn dominant. So
and the bottom is
the middle, there'll be a lot of movement there. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. You're right. They'll make the playoffs, and we will probably have to play them at home.
I would just hate that. I would just hate having to have a playoff game against Lionel Messi.
I would love it in the sense of I
could pay my mortgage.
No, you go to that game. You go to that game. I would love it in the sense of we get to hopefully beat Messi and the circus of this team on a global stage in a meaningful playoff game would be amazing. I would fucking hate it because you would have just so many Messi fanboys sneaking into the back line to get the cheapest ticket they can find, and there would inevitably be some sort of altercation.
Oh, inevitably. 100%. There's zero doubt in my mind.
I mean, we almost kind of saw it with Gareth Bale when he came to Nashville.
I don't know about almost. We had a fan run on the field.
But that's not an altercation. That's an incident.
It's an incident.
I'm talking about to the vibe of when Austin fans were sneaking into the back line during the rain delay trying to start fights.
H-Man in chat goes, assault is legal in a home playoff game versus Miami. I don't care.
If I can get a signed letter from Bill Lee saying that, I'll consider it. And then immediately not consider it because it's Bill Lee.
Yeah, I will edit that document to say toll roads are bad and charter schools are frowned upon, which are both two things that he loves.
And then the last thing is, are we getting a third jersey? Did I see something about that? Am I high? Did I see something about us getting a third jersey? Because Toronto got one, and then I saw something that there was like a total of 4 teams that were getting some
Nashville
sort of
was
jersey.
was in that tweet.
Am I crazy?
No, but again, similar to how I am with the DP9, until it happens, I will not believe in it.
Yeah. I think if there was ever a time for us to get an MPSL throwback, it'd be a third jersey in our 10th year anniversary season.
Or you could order your assembly jersey, which is available for ordering until July 21st.
Oh, you can do that, and you should do that, but I want it on the field.
I'm just saying.
Now, if John runs onto the field to give Lionel Messi a hug...
see, that's where you lost everybody. John runs. Ain't gonna happen.
If John's onto the field...
It's like jogging, but lazier.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, let's wrap this up. Thank you guys for watching, listening, however you consume this podcast. I would greatly appreciate it if you rated 5 stars. Some of you aren't doing that. It's okay. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Download the podcast, follow, do whatever. I would also love, in the description of this podcast, I'll have a link to our new podcast called Quality Content. It is everything outside of sports. Me and Jonesy talked about LimeWire and how I bricked my mother's laptop in high school, which I then hid and was never found. We talked about music, stuff like that. So go give that a listen and
give that a listen. But reach out to us with things you would want us to talk about, not sports.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Hold on, Vamos, are you doing something dumb? Hold on.
Don't you do that to us, Vamos. I have to actually search for Ben. I muted him on Twitter.
Well, Ben Wright. Why can't I find Ben Wright? Hold on. There may or may not be something I got us. You son of a bitch.
It's the Huntsville player.
You son of a bitch, Vamos. Okay.
I'm not even mad. Well done.
Oh, okay. We're gonna end it.
I can't be mad. I did the same thing to the Discord earlier. I was like, y'all, the Nashville SC organization has signed a player. He's for Huntsville.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's wrap this thing up. Thank you guys for listening, and we will catch you next week. Bye. John, you say bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks,
I thought you just hung up without me saying anything.
No. We're still going. This is still the episode.
Cool. We have a little bit of an epilogue now.
When do we stop?
Whenever you say so.
Did we pass the point of no return? I'm scared, John.
Travis, do you have anything to add?